Good morning and welcome to
Yay!
the second weekend. We're kicking things off, Laurette, here at Mecum Kissimmee. Man, things just keep getting busier and busier, and I'm so glad that you're along for the ride as we close out the world's largest collector car auction.
So, my first time here in Kissimmee, and this experience has already surpassed any kind of thought that I had stepping into what this was all going to be about, Matt. Like, the amount of cars that are here is phenomenal, and there are so many different barns and garages and setups of some of the most exquisite cars I've ever seen.
Yeah, you started joining us back in the fall. I know you've been to our Las Vegas auction, then our Kansas City, and you're right. I don't know if that prepares you or not for what's in store here, but hopefully kind of got you a little up to speed.
Yeah, for sure. And it has been so much fun. We've been really busy. We've been running around. I don't know if we're gonna get to that and what we've been doing. But here on the stage, I was so fortunate to be able to talk to Mike Yeager, and he is so nice. I also talked to Daryl Gwynn, former NHRA driver. He was ranked as one of the top 50 drivers ever, and he is a former champion. He is selling his top dragster. He's auctioning off the dragster, and all proceeds are going to the charity that he runs. And so he's hoping to find a cure for paralysis. And then with Mike Yeager's collection, we've been able to look at Herbie, fully loaded from the Lindsay Lohan movie, right there, that gentleman. And yeah, he a really passionate Corvette collector too, that the last C4 off the line is being auctioned at Mecum. So really exciting. And you've been so busy too. Super busy.
Yeah,
Lots of stuff for you.
yeah, every inch of the 200 acres here at the Osceola Heritage Fairgrounds are being used, and there's something going on. And that's one of the things that really I think sets this auction apart is just it's the quantity, it's the activity, and in addition to all the action happening on the block, like you said, there's so much else going on around here. And speaking of the block, man, we've got a lot in store today. We've got 46 pieces of road art that are going to be selling, 396 vehicles. Man, we had this happen last week, Laurette, and I love that because that 396 connects to the big 396 big block Chevy V8. So I love when there's little happy coincidences like that. And then we've got 18 collections. And as you mentioned, one of the great ones is the My Garage collection from Mike Yeager. And so many others. The Dodge Thrill Ride is in action. The Kids Adventure Zone is going on. We've got the food court. And then, of course, like you said, we've got the Real Garage Life stage all going on here. And a little bit more about that Real Garage Life stage, too, is like you said, there's interviews happening up there. I know you were chatting with folks yesterday. We've got live music going on today, and just really something in every single corner. So if you come out, if you join us, make sure you try to see as much as you can, and you probably will have to come back for another day.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think you can see everything in one day here because like you mentioned, there's so much for the kids in the adventure zone, the big kids with all the cars, the thrill seekers. It's a lot.
It's a lot, but it's all fun, and it's all going on today. And obviously, we'll be here through Sunday. So if you haven't made plans, come out and join us. There really is, there's something to do for everyone of all ages. And while you're here, you know, Laurette, we have some exclusive merch. We both are rocking new pieces.
I love it. I love this sweatshirt. It is so cute. I love the color. I love the brightness of it. And yeah, I'm happy to be able to rock this today. Oh my gosh, and the humidity, my bangs right now. But yeah, Kissimmee brings the humidity, brings the heat. These are really neat pieces, Matt.
Yeah, you know, we've got several event exclusive tees going on. You can see one of them there. The Mecum shop is, of course, here on site, right on the Mecum service station. We have a new baseball jersey that I know has been very popular, and of course, we've got the one of the headliner cars is, of course, the 1962 Ferrari 250 GTO. That's there, and then also we have the exclusive Bose Mecum collab collection there. So stop by, see that. That's really nice. Laura, I don't know if you had a chance to see that up close. Really nice material, and it's just another offering. You can find it all there here on site, and then of course you can also head over to Mecum shop to to shop wherever you're at today.
Yeah, you are covered in all directions, looking for some of this great merch.
Yeah, and while we are here in Florida, Laurette, we last connected in Kansas City, and we had an awesome auction there. And I know you found a really spectacular story.
Yeah, this was such a heartwarming, wonderful story that we couldn't wait to interview Dennis and his son, and I'm excited to have a look at it. Mecum Magic is at work. Dennis, you have an incredible story about this beautiful Corvette behind us. Could you tell us?
Sure. So this car was purchased, it was ordered brand new by my father for my mother. It did not come with bumpers. 74, they didn't have bumpers on it. And it had an engine in it that was lower horsepower than the previous one that my mom had. And he decided early on within the first couple months that we were pulling the engine out and we were going to make bumpers for the car.
So you and your dad both worked on this very car. Your dad created these incredible bumpers. Tell us about this too.
The back end of the Corvette changed when they went to the urethane bumper. Stock 73 bumpers wouldn't fit. So he bought 2 left-hand sides, 2 right-hand sides. He cut one in half. He cut the middle out of the other ones. And then he bent the dog legs down below where the license plate is. And then the engine, we pulled the engine. He put in a 350, 370 horse that he ordered from Roger Penske Chevrolet, which was only 2 miles from our house.
So this car went from your family into the hands of another family, and they owned it for about 27 years.
Into the records that I got from Mecum today.
Okay.
I looked at him this morning, and his signature's on one, and it's just, yeah, it was
Wow.
a very unique experience.
Let's talk about the paperwork, because there was a golden moment where you knew that this was your dad's car.
The bumpers gave it away 95%, but it solidified it. I didn't know Mecum had records and that on cars that were down in a special area. And I saw it on the sticker that was on the window last night when I showed it to Joseph. And it said, go to the records office. And I thought, wow, okay. And I went down, there's a whole box. The paperwork was there, and I opened it up, and the first piece of paper was a typed out letter from 1975 that my dad gave to the owner who purchased it from him.
How long have you been searching for this car?
Probably since 1994, when I sold a 72 Corvette, was searching for other cars, and I bought Corvettes in between me.
Well, there's 2 things that I want to do here. I want to move to the front of the car, and I want to bring your son in. So let's go do that. Dennis, could you walk us through the engine bay here?
Sure. So this is a 350, 370 horse, like I said earlier. My dad did a lot of different things to it. He put a bigger fan on, more blades. He chromed it. He chromed the pulleys, the brackets I saw over there. And I just knew with the bumpers on the rear, it had to be the car. Searched the VIN, it came up that the car was sold here at Mecum in 2 years ago in 3 days. 2 years and 3 days. It was sold here. And then when I found out about the records and I went downstairs, the original bill is there with his signatures on it.
So your dad's signature was on the paperwork, and I think what is so inspiring about this is the 3 generations of car builders that have been inspired because of your dad, because of you and your son Joseph here. And Joseph, this is your first Mecum auction. So excited to have you here. Well, how's your experience been?
Thrilled to be here. Honestly, I grew up with him watching Mecum on TV, but this is the first one that I've gotten to go to in person, and honestly, I've loved every moment of it so far. And it's just extra special because, I mean, this car's here.
And you and your dad are also building together. What are some of the projects that you have your hands into?
We started about 5 years ago, right around the time I was learning to drive on a 66 Mustang with a 289 in it. And then we've also done the interior and the seats on my Stell.
Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for sharing this incredible moment with us, and thank you for sharing your time. Mecum is just making magic and inspiring generations.
Special moments like that, Laurette, I think are what make this work so rewarding. Is to see those connections. I mean, those decades in the making, and to have it all play out here is just really cool.
And I think what Mecum does best is not only are they collecting some diverse, incredible cars, but it's memories, it's history. And so this really sweet family, we were told by Mecum Financial that this was happening because this gentleman, Dennis, he wasn't sure that the car was his until they got the records, which is a feather in the cap for Mecum Financial and also the records department. because they were able to keep these detailed records, Dennis recognized his dad's signature right away and purchased the car. And so it was a mystery solved. And what I'm learning about the Mecum Records department is this. Look at how detailed this is, how organized this is. Honestly, that's my nightmare. I couldn't do that. That's not my personality type. But Mecum Records brings all of these very important pieces from the cars. We were told a story about how a woman was selling her Rolls Royce, but she packaged up the fine china and gave it to the records room, and they held on to it. And the sale of that fine china was, of course, going to be included with the Rolls Royce. But it's because of the record department, their ability to file everything, that not only do the cars go with new owners, but the seats and the records of the car, oil changes, maintenance records, all of it is right here. So pretty spectacular.
Yeah, in our line of work, and I think with any collecting art, other things, a lot of that colloquially is referred to as provenance, right? It establishes that a vehicle or a piece is what it is and has the historical significance that goes with it. The analogy I like to give, Laurette, is if you take your car and you're, if you're trying to enter into a show or something, you have to prove that it is what it is. If it won a race, if it's been restored, all of that additional material, the trophies, the certificates, the plaques, the build photos, the signed affidavits, all of that adds value to the vehicle because, again, you can build that provenance. And certainly it's relevant for any vehicle on site here. As the value climbs, it becomes more relevant to establish that vehicle has the historical significance that it does. And like you said, I don't know if I would be cut out for keeping everything so organized there, but all in the records room is where you can find, if you're coming out to the auction and if you're looking at a vehicle, we would call it, first off, we would call it out on the consignment page. So as the car is consigned, the consignment agent would chat with the owner and you would say, hey, in addition, I've got a really great car. I've also got the factory toolkit. I've got the original owner's manual. The car was just at this award or at this event. I've got this trophy. So we would work with those consigners to get that material organized and to get in the records room so that then as interested bidders come out to the auction, if they want to see it, they can go there, they can examine that, and they can take a look at that. So if you are looking at a vehicle, it would be called out on the windshield card, and it would say additional material in the records room. And so now you can go check that out. And, it's not just paperwork, but as you can see, it's a lot of hardware. It's, I always think of like First Gen, Baby Bird, T-Birds, the hard tops, and other vehicles that have that on the racks. Like sometimes it's just better to store it there as opposed to keeping it, on display with the vehicle. Sometimes it is, but sometimes it's best to keep it in the records room and have our staff curate it there.
Yeah, amazing explanation. Obviously, you have some passion for records keeping, so
Apparently
that's
I do.
really cool.
Yeah.
But so we move from the records room to the Bachman Collection, and so looking at this, Matt, I think this is going to really excite you as well, because we were able to go upstairs. So there's a second story that was added. This right here is the Bachman Collection. Overwhelming, incredible. I don't know if I can find enough words to explain seeing that collection in person. This here was in the storage facility. Garage? What's the right word for storing over 45 Ferraris? I'm not totally sure, but these were the personal file cabinets for Mr. and Mrs. Bachman. And so each one of these drawers contains the toolkit that came with the Ferrari, the records. These right here are the records, of course, the trophies. It was incredible walking in. And now this isn't open to the public. This is only open to serious buyers who want to do a little bit more research on the Ferraris that they want to buy. And there was also personal photos from the Bachman Collection. So you get to look down this whole history. They have everything, Matt. They have every piece of paper. They have every photo. It is so neatly organized. So again, a huge shout out to the records keeping here at Mecum.
Yeah,
wow.
and I think that really showcases well that package there. Just the pieces that can go with a vehicle. And again, I think it also is a testament to Phil and Martha, their dedication in preserving it. And obviously it's a little bit easier when you have a Ferrari, just because I think there's a passion, there's enthusiasm. But I would encourage anyone, whatever kind of vehicle you have, obviously keep all that stuff. It helps tell the story. And then also it does help the vehicle when it crosses the block here. But as you said, Laurette, you know, that really is a stunning display up there, that upper deck. For folks that are coming out to the auction, you know, that do have a serious interest in the vehicles, you can connect with our consignment team to get access to it. But of course, for vehicles of this caliber, all of that material really does matter, just because that's what takes these vehicles to a whole new level. And the other thing too, Laurette, that as I've been going through there on some of my tours, what people really like is right there, the luggage. And I think I would add that that is part of those vehicles' provenance, is that the story there is that Phil and Martha, if a factory set of luggage was not commissioned, or not offered rather, by Ferrari, they would commission it from Scadoni. And
awesome.
so it's stuff like that that really makes these vehicles so fun, the stories and the additional material that comes with them. And definitely, if you're coming out, first stop has to be the service station, get up to speed, and then go right across to the glass house and take a look at these incredible Ferraris.
Yeah, glass house. That's a great way to put it.
Glass house. And I think I do have a passion for, would you say record keeping? I do. I do.
I thought so. You just lit up.
I've lit up. Yeah.
You did.
Well, and I will say, I think I do have a genuine passion, only because for my work as a journalist, when you come across, especially paperwork, you know, and in my field researching the Camaro supercars, when you hit that jackpot of finding handwritten notes or records, it really does help you to piece together the story. So whether you be researching some era of automotive history, or if you're digging into the history of your vehicle, that stuff is priceless.
Yep. Yes, I agree with you, and I loved how excited you were, and because it offers the truth, it offers the path of the story that we're trying to tell. So I feel like that's really incredible. And so we've been talking a lot about Ferraris and the Bachman collection, but Matt, you got up to some fun things with a BMW.
I did. You know, the other thing, Laurette, that obviously makes each day at Mecum so exciting, it's not just records, although that does get me excited. It's also the people you meet along the way. And earlier this week, I connected with a very well-known YouTuber. I'm here at Mecum Kissimmee with Freddie. And Freddie, you brought out pretty rare and a modified BMW. Tell me about it.
So this BMW is really special to me because this is one of 378 made for the world in a manual configuration. So it is a BMW M6, which means it has a 507 horsepower V10. It's really quite special. Usually they come with like a 7-speed automated manual, and they had some issues with the manual. Kind of just makes it really accessible for anybody that wants that driving experience, you know, the ultimate driving experience. Also, it's a convertible, black on black. I'm interested in knowing what this is going to go for, because the market has been kind of exploding with these cars, and especially with the manual enthusiast cars in general.
And I know you can't leave anything alone. You've made some modifications. Tell me about them.
So the modifications we've done, number one, we replaced the dashboard, and it has something like 13 pieces of leather. But what we did aftermarket was we included a eVenturi, sorry, I'm saying that correctly, from the UK. It's a full carbon fiber intake manifold and intake system. So you can really hear that intake resonance.
Super cool and super rare. Thanks, Freddie.
Absolutely, man.
All right, look for this BMW crossing the block on Tuesday. Yeah, it's always neat to see who shows up, Laurette, you know, for an auction. And that's a pretty cool piece. I love the fact that it's got that big V10 up front. And I love seeing Freddie's passion for it. And obviously, he's very well known for his YouTube brand. He's done just an incredible job of finding some of the rarest cars and putting them back on the road. We were chatting before that package about, I think he was talking about going after a McLaren Senna and doing something with it. And it's just always neat to check in with him, and cool to see that he's up here at Mecum Auctions.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that looked like a really good time. Glad you were able to chat with him.
Yeah, and that car did sell on Tuesday, so that's off to a new owner. And obviously, I know Freddie's got a full stable of other projects and vehicles in the works, so hopefully we'll see him again soon. And Laurette, we also had some other folks out here at Mecum. We're so excited to be checking in with some of our new friends over the Daytona International Speedway, including Ryan Preece.
I'm here with Ryan Preece, NASCAR Cup driver who has slowed down a little bit to enjoy a day at Mecum Auctions. Ryan, it's great to have you out.
Yeah, man, I am so thankful to be out here, and this is my first auto auction that I've ever been at. So great to be here. Thanks for the tour today, and I'm loving these GT40s behind me.
Well, I know we've had kind of a busy morning getting you around the fairgrounds. Overall impressions, what have been some of the vehicles that you have liked that you've seen?
Ooh, man, that Gen 1 GT40 right there is just phenomenal, and that's really caught my eye. But, I've just really been enjoying everything here. You guys have such a great, all the different cars that are here, and honestly, I wish I came a little more prepared.
And I know that you stay busy, obviously, on the track, but of course, off of it. You've also worked on some personal projects, dialing up performance, dialing up the modifications. Tell me about some of the highlights.
I just enjoy working on cars. I enjoy cars, much like a lot of the people that are here, and I'm really happy I had the opportunity to come here, learn about you guys, and I definitely plan on coming back.
When it comes to specs, can you tell me a little bit about your Cup car?
Yeah, I mean, so it's 3,400 pounds. It's a V8, obviously, and I drive a Ford, so ours is built by Ford. They make about 750 horsepower, independent suspension, transaxle, all the good stuff. And so one of the biggest things that changed over the last 3 years is we've always been 5 lug. Now we're one lug. So that's quite a bit different for the pit crews. And as far as the independent rear suspension compared to what it used to be, that's been a complete change too as well.
It's so clear that you love what you do. Where did this passion come from?
My family. I actually was born into a racing family and was also born into a Ford family. That's all we ever had growing up.
What do you have going on in the next couple of weeks, Ryan? Where can our viewers see you on the track?
Yeah, so we have the Clash coming up at Bowman Gray, which is kind of like that exhibition race that gets our season going. And then we have the Daytona 500, which, for sports is like our Super Bowl. So I'm getting rolling, getting ready for that, and boy, I can't wait.
Well, Ryan, it's been so great to have you out at the auction. We look forward to having you back.
Appreciate it.
That's so fun, right? When we have athletes and we have drivers and we have celebrities that come to Mecum for the first time. And I really relate to his excitement level. And for a driver to come into Kissimmee for the first time and look at everything, when I first came into Vegas, I thought that was an overwhelming experience, but Kissimmee is so much bigger than Vegas or Kansas City from what I've seen. But to see his face light up and to just, of course, there's so much to see and to do, but he felt at home. It was a nice thing. That was a really nice segment.
Well, I would hope he feels at home. We've got high performance, high horsepower, and all kinds of things with 4 wheels. But I agree. I mean, it was great. I know he was saying that he wished he had more time to come back just because there's so much to see. He definitely said he would return. So excited to have him out. And I enjoyed chatting with him about some of the projects that he's got. I know some of his personal cars, not just the vehicles that he's competing with, but some of his personal stuff. He's out there, he's dialing up performance, he's enjoying it with his family. Okay. And so maybe we'll have to check in with him and kind of check in on some of those projects. But we're also really excited to have the Daytona. We're going to have some more drivers out later this week, and we're excited to have Frank Keller, the president, on site as well. And then for people that are interested, here in the events center right behind our set, you can see that we've got their booth, and I think they're going to be there later this week. So really excited. I mean, it's just great to connect with another major powerhouse of automotive passion here in Florida.
Yeah, exactly. And I'll be chatting with Frank, and I'm excited to get to know him, see what his thoughts are on the future of racing. And of course, has he been to a Mecum auction, and what are his thoughts there? So
a funny note about my time with Ryan is that while he was out, he heard the screeching tires of the thrill ride. and he didn't fully know what was going on. So I think for a brief moment, he thought that that was open to anyone. After you purchase a vehicle, you could put it through its paces. And I said, maybe we'll have to consider that, Ryan. So he was a little disappointed that that was not the case.
Sure.
That we have a private closed course. That would be a neat element to Mecum. So
I like the idea. I really love the idea for anyone that's ready to put their car to the test. We tried that yesterday with the NASCAR. Cale Yarborough's car is up for auction, and that's his 3-time championship winning car. And we tried to start it up, but unfortunately the battery was dead. But everyone in the audience at the stage was really excited. We wanted to hear that engine fire up, but I really like the burnout pad idea.
all right, well, you and Ryan start your letter writing campaign. start getting those in, and we'll maybe evaluate and see if that's something we want to do, the Mecum test track. And while you're also writing some letters, also drop us a comment wherever you are tuning in from as well. We love checking out to see where our audience is watching Mecum in the morning from. And there's a lot in store coming out to the auction. We've got a lot of great things going on. Of course, the auction action. We're so excited to also be welcoming Dave Kindig and Kev Dog on site, signing autographs and hanging out with us. Is going to be a blast. And Laurette, anything you're looking forward to today? In addition, I know you're going to be on the stage, of course.
Yeah, I'm going to be on the stage. I'm just really looking forward to getting to know our visitors, our friends. Like here, Mike Yeager was just such a warm, wonderful personality, and he was just so passionate about the VWs and about the Corvettes. So it's really exciting to see what the moment was, what the spark was to start that lifelong collection. And so he said that he's selling some of his items. He's ready to move on to the next step, probably clearing a little bit of space. His wife said that she was supportive of that. So yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to, more interviews.
All right. Well, if you want to find out about Laurette and her interviews, head over to the Real Garage Life stage here on the Mecum Midway. And of course, we look forward to seeing you out here today. Join us for the auction. Thanks for joining us for the live auction pre-show. The auction will start soon.
Yay.
And we will see you here tomorrow for more Mecum in the morning.